What's up, guys? In today's video I will be showing you guys how to do the simulated process simulation technique in Adobe Photoshop, which will be taking a rasterized pixelated image and converting it to halftones using Adobe Photoshop in order to make it printable in screen printing. I've posted a couple of videos of my simulated process prints, but I haven't explained how to do it in Adobe Photoshop yet, so let's get into it. First thing we're gonna do is you're gonna need a design. Well, we got Michael Jordan. Hopefully he doesn't sue us, alright? But we're gonna use him as an example to do this process in today's video. So it had a bunch of colors in it. You can do multiple colors, but to start, I wanted to show you guys how to do it just a one color white ink on a black shirt to show you guys how this works, get the process down, and then maybe I can post more videos or we can dive into how to add different colors or do multicolor prints using this kind of process. But I wanted to show the one color technique first so you can kind of, get your feet wet. Don't want to scare you too much. It's not that hard, all right? Just pay attention. We'll walk through it, all right? The first thing you're going to do once you have your design made, you're going to go up here to File, Export as, click that, Format PNG, and you're going to export, label it whatever you want, export it out to the desktop. I've already done that, so I'm going to skip this step, but you're going to type in here, click Save. I've already done that step. So I have an image on my desktop. So next thing I'm going to do, open that image we just exported out. File, open, MJ PNG. There it is right there. Here's our image. Now you can see right here, this is our Photoshop file. We need this PNG file. We're done with the Photoshop one once you have your file completed or whatever. So save this out, and once we have that PNG exported out and back in our file, we don't need this anymore. We can get rid of it. Alright, now we got our PNG image here. As you can see, if I hover over this, mj.png, if I click right here and drag this, you see how this comes off that like a locked element almost? You see how it turns blue? That's telling me I can lock it up there, or I can have it out here swimming in the middle of the ocean basically. So this right here on our left, this is going to be our reference image that we're going to look at and go back to as we do this process. So the next step you're going to do, right click up here, you're going to click on duplicate. Name it whatever you want, I don't care, I just hit OK. Now we have two tabs here in this little box swimming out in the ocean. What we need to do now, click right here, drag this out, and again release, and leaving that one out in the middle of the ocean by itself. Now we're ready to start our process. Here's our reference image, and this image on the right is what we're going to actually turn into our halftone bitmap, is what it's called, and we're going to set up the process using the reference image to make our edits to make it look exactly like that. Alright, you're going to go to your channels panel down right over here on the bottom right, click channels. You see all these colors, right? Well, the first thing we're going to need to do is we need our base color, aka our shirt. We need our shirt color is going to be black, so let's make that first. Come down here in the channels tab, make sure in the channels, hover down here at the bottom right, looks like a little plus sign in a box, create new channel, click that. Says alpha 1. As you can see, our image on the right has gone completely blacked out. Looks like we're screwed. Well, we're not. Alright, you're going to come over here to this alpha 1, double click in, and name that whatever, color your t-shirt black. Once we created our shirt color with our eyeball here, you're going to double click in the thumbnail. As you can see, our color, opacity, you want that at 100%, and you want to change mask to areas to spot color. Then you're going to click OK. Alright, now we move on to the next step, which we have the black selected of the black shirt. We want RGB. Now what you're going to do, once all the, we're not clicking on the red because that just singles out the red. You want to click on RGB so all of these layers are highlighted, right? Now you're going to go up to select, color range, and since we're doing a one color print, which is white, we're going to go right here, highlights. We're telling the program to select the color range of all the highlights of this image and, you know, extract it. So we're going to click on highlights. Boom. You can see right here, it gives us our little preview. We're going to click the invert button because what's white, we don't want that right now. We want that to be changed to black, which is going to be the film or whatever. So boom, all that's black right here is representing these highlights in here. So this fuzziness bar, I can come up here to this fuzziness, and as you can tell, it brings in, what do you know, more white. So you're going to bump this up since we're only doing a one color. This would be different if we were going to add highs, mids, lows, aka white, a mid gray, a black, aka 3 screens, 3 colors, 3 screens. In screen printing, each color is its own screen. We're trying to simplify things to not charge the customer so much and give them the same product. So we're trying to take out this, so we mess with this fuzziness bar. That's going to bring out more white. And as you can see, the stuff in the background's kind of come out. Just take it up to 100, especially on a one color print. You might, the fuzziness, each case is going to be different, but something to consider. But this range, as you can see, if I take this out, you can see it's almost like the output. It's outputting. The further I go to the left, closer to dark, it means basically that would be you dumping white ink onto the shirt. And as you can tell, just looking at the preview, it's losing detail there. So you probably don't want to do that. Find more happy balanced. It looks like it's going to give you the result that you're looking for. We probably want to go here because that's going to keep it light and it's going to give us probably a higher amount of detail that we're looking for. Alright, so I think 210 looks good. And once it looks good in this preview thing, we're going to hit OK. Alright? So hit OK. You mess with the fuzziness, mess with the range. The range is kind of like the output of ink through the screen onto the shirt, I guess. And the fuzziness is basically how much of that color it's going to pick up from your image or take out from that image, okay? So mess with those and get it to look at how you want it to look. And then you're going to click OK. Okay, as you can see, I got marching ants around all my white that I just told the program to select. Now what we do is you're going to come down, don't click on the box with the plus in it. Now you're going to click the box with the hole in it that says save selection as a channel. We just made a selection. Now I'm going to tell the computer to save this selection as a channel. Click that, as you can tell on the bottom right here underneath our shirt. We have a new alpha channel. So what you're going to do, hit Command D. Command D is a shortcut to deselect. We still have marching ants around our selection. You don't have to do it right now, but first step, deselect, get rid of the marching ants. Command D. Now we're back to our thing. Complete blackout screen because we have our shirt layer activated. We're going to click Alpha 1. This is our white screen, right? But we have to do a couple things. You're going to double click on the text, and just for safety, you want to name this whatever spot color on press that you're going to be putting into the ink to apply onto the shirt. In this case, it's white. So we're going to click white spot, and we're not going to click, we're going to type. All right? Now, you're going to click on the icon, the little thumbnail next to the text in Photoshop of the white spot. Double click on that. Right here, channel options, color indicates. Just like how we switched on the shirt to a spot color, we're going to do the same thing here. Spot color. The color right here, you see it's red. We don't want red. We want white. This is what we're going to do and this is how you preview once you start messing and taking it further levels. It's important to make sure that you choose this color of an actual ink that kind of resembles something in your shop, because that's going to give you the best results of how it actually going to look on press. So we're going to double click into this and change it to white. Hit OK. Then solidity. I've seen multiple different things of how people, I don't know specifically what the perfect answer is. I've heard different things, but I'm going to say 85% is probably your white that you're going to want to do for most of your simulated process in Photoshop. Whenever you're doing white, just do it at 85. And now when we activate our shirt color, you see we just have our white spot activated, but now when we activate our shirt, oh, look at that. Now we have that kind of looks, but as you can tell, there's a lot of gray, kind of like a mid-gray in here, and all we have is white. But that's what you're going to do, and these are the things that you're going to have to mess with when you start dealing with this stuff. So now once you extract and do the color range thing and make your selection or your channel, your new channel of that color, how you mess with it afterwards, that's going to be done in the levels channel. So you can access that by clicking image, adjustments, levels right here. Or the shortcut is Command L. Boom. That was quicker. Now what we're going to do here is you're going to mess with these three. These are the darks, the mids, the highs, and this output level is like kind of like that other one I was talking about, where it's going to basically determine how much ink you're dumping onto the shirt through the screen or whatever. What's the word? You want to be conscious of your decision making in that realm, all right? If I bring this mid, you can see it's adding, taking color out, and if I want, look, I can take this mid all the way down, and look, you can already see it's already kind of looking, look at that. That looks like almost exactly like our image on the right, or I mean on the left. Now click OK. That, for a one color screen print, that was pretty easy. So once you're at the step where the right image looks very accurate to the left, or as close as you're gonna make it, and you like how it looks, you're not done yet, but we're done with this step. So once that's done, click on your left image. Since we're done with this, we don't need it anymore. So click X, that's gone. Now here's our only image right here. Now we don't need the shirt color anymore. So you're gonna, this shirt that was representing our shirt, we don't need that. Trash can, delete that channel. Yes. RGB, all these colors up here that have selected, we don't need those either. All we need is the white spot that we generated. So hit the trash can, delete those. Now we're left with our white spot, but we're not done yet. You know why? Because this is still pixels. You see how it's still pixels? We need to make it a bitmap and turn it into halftones. We haven't done that part yet. So now what you're gonna do, with the white spot selected, you're gonna go up to image, mode, grayscale, image, mode, bitmap, resolution, 300 pixels per inch. Make sure you have it at 300. Method, halftone screen. That's what we're making it for, a halftone screen. You're gonna click OK. Halftone screen, we're going to be using a 230 mesh to capture that high level detail. The frequency, from what I've learned and the videos that I've watched, people use 45 lines per inch on a 230 mesh screen, and the angle is 22.5. The shape, there's different shapes you can do, round, diamond, ellipse. From my experience, I find ellipse to be the best, give you the best results. So we're going to click OK. Now when you look at it, now it's zoom in. Now when you zoom in, look it. Now it's not pixels anymore. It's little tiny dots. Now what you're gonna do, and this is the last step, you're pretty much done. File, save as, on your computer, my desktop, format. We're gonna save this as a Photoshop PDF, and I would name it the spot of the color of ink that you're gonna put in. So I put white spot MJ. Save. You're gonna have to click a bunch of OKs and yeses, but yes. Now you're done. Now you're not done. Now you successfully have created that image in Adobe Photoshop, halftone. Now what you're gonna have to do is throw that in Adobe Illustrator and print your films, or however, what you might have Accurate, whatever process you use to print that process black onto your film positive to make it actually screen printable. That was how you create a one color halftone bitmap effect in Adobe Photoshop to use for screen printing. I hope this video helps. And again, my name is Josh Hayden from Fields Clothing. I live in Omaha, Nebraska. I'm a graphic designer for 10 years. I hope this video helps. Have a great day.